We put in a lot of time and effort on making our homes livable spaces which reflect who we are. But what about our final resting places? Razor TV shows you a grave that does just that.
With Halloween just round the corner, we're going to set you in the mood and bring you through some secluded areas such as this to show you the most unusual and beautiful graves here in Singapore. Today, basically, we're on a quest to find Singapore's most unusual and beautiful graves. So tell us, what can we expect?
Okay, now actually, you know where we are standing now, right? We are standing on top of a hill. This hill is called Sam Leong Hill. There's a reason why it's called Sam Leong Hill, because of the biggest grave found here, which is Ong Sam Leong. And you can see his grave here, he and his wife's graves. So I believe the size of this grave is about, they say it's about 10 small HDB flats.
Wow, that's really big. That's bigger than a football field, yeah, almost.
Yeah, almost like a football
But
field.
it doesn't seem that big, or it extends further beyond just
it
this area.
extends further,
here.
and below that actually his two son graves.
Right.
His two graves, one of them is Peng Hock, and the other one is Boon Tat.
Ong Sam Leong was a prominent businessman in the 19th century in the mining and construction industry. He passed away in 1918 from heart failure. His two sons, Boon Tat and Peng Hock, were co-owners of the New World Theme Park. The Sam Leong Road in Little India is named after him. Mr. Ong's grave is located in the Bukit Brown Cemetery off Lornie Road, and several statues are erected around it. The grave features statues from the usual fairy and lion statues, which are said to have mythic protective powers, to something less common: two 2-meter tall stone Sikh guards.
Sometimes we have the Silk soldiers as standing guard, because in the past the first police force by the British was actually consists of the Silk soldiers. Right. So the Silk soldiers look very fierce with the turban and the moustache, you see? Yeah. Very fierce looking, so they think that they are very good guards for the cemetery.
Besides statues, stone murals also line the grave, and the detail and intricacy of the work signifies the 24 filial exemplars. Stories which depict how children exercised their filial piety in the past.
On the wall there are mirrors.
Oh yes, I did notice that just now, actually.
So these are actually the stories of the 24 filial piety stories. There, you can see the story here. You can see one lady, right, offering her breast to be sucked by an old woman.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, because the old woman has no teeth, you know, he cannot bite. So he offered the milk. Instead of feeding the child, she offered a milk to the mother-in-law. And also, there's some feng shui principle behind. You see, there's a very big semicircular...
it's like an arc.
Arc. Yeah, actually, last time there was a running water.
So this water was for feng shui reasons.
For feng shui reason, it can be reflected by the poems here. Because we always believe that in front of the, if you see the water and the water is surrounding you, it means usually wealth.
The grave also features Peranakan tiles popular in households during that era, reflecting Sam Leong's Peranakan background. From the sheer size and grandeur of the grave to the intricate details, Sam Leong's grave certainly stands out among the other graves in the Bukit Brown Cemetery. We head to the Japanese Cemetery Park in the next clip to show you more unusual graves there, including a tombstone stained in blood. Graves are synonymous with spooky sightings and things that go bump in the night. So it's a good thing we're checking out some of Singapore's most unusual graves in the broad daylight. And the only encounters we've had were mosquitoes. Still, I couldn't resist asking the co-founder of Asia Paranormal Investigators, Raymond Goh, if he has had any ghostly encounters during his grave explorations.
Since you're part of Asia Paranormal Investigators, right, and graves are kind of related to paranormal activity, have you ever experienced or witnessed any unusual sightings during your grave exploration?
Well, actually there is one. One time around midnight, I was leading a tour group here, and when we are leaving, I saw on top of the grave, near the tree deity, on top there's one very big fat cat looking at me, and the eyes are shining.
Right.
So I look at her, I want to scare away, I do want to throw it, but it remains still and still look at me. So I thought there's something, why this is the hill, and why should a cat be sleeping midnight on top of a grave?
Right.
That to me is a bit strange. Then the other time I bring again, we saw one old lady using a fan and sitting on a grave. Not this grave, but another grave, sitting on top near the grave. On the grave, sit there and using a fan and old clothes, last time old, and using a fan. And the lady was wearing sort of red dress. So some people thought, is that a ghost?
Aside from risking spooky encounters, grave explorers also had to trek through rather treacherous terrain to find interesting graves off the beaten track. So why would anyone want to be a grave explorer in the first place?
Okay, so Raymond, tell us, when did you first get started in this grave exploring?
Well, it started in 2005 when my brother Charles co-founded the Asia Paranormal Investigators, and he do a lot of this kind of tours. So one of these tours involved tours to the cemetery. So I went on to take a heritage tour guide. I become a qualified heritage tour guide, and during the process also I start to study the graves, the history behind the graves, and that's how it started.
A history that goes back over 170 years in the form of Singapore's oldest known grave in 1833, which is located at the Bukit Brown Cemetery. The history of graves in Singapore may span more than 170 years, but the shape of tombstones hasn't changed much since the beginning.
Almost all of these tombstones, they have a pretty similar shape and structure to it. I mean,
yes.
And you can have why not just a straight vertical or something more elaborate?
No, some of them have elaborate ones, but most of them will have the horseshoe shape.
This is called a horseshoe shape.
I mean the shape of the tomb.
Yes.
It looks like a horseshoe.
Right.
You know why? It's actually the shape of the womb.
Okay.
If you see carefully around the tombs, it's actually shape of the womb. So from where we come out from the womb, right? From where we come out, right? From where we go in.
Raymond takes pride in being able to locate the graves of several prominent Singaporeans who have shaped our history.
For example, in this cemetery, I can find Boon Lay, I can find Chu Chiet,
okay.
I can find Hong Lim, I can find Kem Hock, Chong Pang, Ni Sun, Mrs. Lim Ni Sun, Chong Guo, I can find Gan Ning Seng, I can find Ho Sui.
Wow, okay.
Many.
So almost all of our streets are here within one area of land.
Yes.
It may be only a matter of time before some of these graves are exhumed in land-scarce Singapore. Let's hope some of these historical graves remain, and if not, go check them out before they're gone forever.